You know, it seems like everything. Last week we did a brisket, or the week before last we did a brisket. The power goes out right in the middle of the video. We're so thankful to have the rain, but it hadn't rained in weeks, and now it's raining, but that's all right. Salsa going on. All right, so we're gonna slice up those lemons as thin as possible. Fish out. Look at the size of those things. I don't know when the last time the Oklahoma Joe had salmon on it, but I know this is the first time I've ran salmon across the Oklahoma Joe. Now, I'll slice these up, if you'll switch me sides and take your salt, and let's just sprinkle a nice salt. So show them that salt. That's just some really nice sea salt. We're keeping this simple, just like everything we do here on Acre. We try to do everything simple. We don't get too fancy. Maybe a little fancy, not too fancy. We do have one thing that I guess might technically be considered a little fancy. You spied earlier in the video. We got one more step we're gonna add to this salmon. Freshly salted and split. Now, little Acre, we got 4 fillets. So let's just line up a couple lemons far enough apart for the cedar planks. Let's go 4 lemons across there. Now that is it. Now let's go ahead and throw your lemons across the top. Just kind of spread them out to where everybody gets one. We got one more step a little bit later on. You'll see. Rained on us, so it's a little harder to get your smoker up to temp. Whoa! Look at that. Just a few minutes in, and that is just looking absolutely amazing. Smoked salsa on the Oklahoma Joe. So now here we go. We got the salmon. Salmon's going way over here because we need room on this thing. All right, next thing up. We ain't done yet. Let's shut that down while we prepare the rest. Try to get this heat built up. Check my fire real quick. All right, let me throw another log on there just to get that thing rolling. Okay, now you want to go ahead and pop the top. Show them that seasoning. Get a good shot of that seasoning right there. Guys, you cannot go wrong. So simple ingredients, coarse ground brisket seasoning, very similar to it like a steak seasoning. You know, you watch my other videos, that's the go-to. Don't be afraid of the salt shaker. That's the rule around here. But we got salt, spices, garlic, onion, parsley. Just very simple ingredients. We're not just doing salmon, leg quarters, come on. This is, go ahead, just start hitting it. As much as gonna stick to them bad boys, that's what we're gonna use. That's what we're gonna use. Get them all coated up on one side. But now you see why we need that room on that Oklahoma Joe. All right, you tell little Acre ain't afraid of the salt shaker. She's been around her daddy for her whole life. You gotta love these things. We'll be doing this again with, obviously I did not raise this chicken, but we do have some chicken that'll put off them in the chicken tractor as we speak in the back behind us back here. Thing about something like this, nice thing about that leg quarter, you got that thigh, you got all that dark meat, you got the fat, you've got the skin, so it'll handle a good hot cook. Great job, great job. Got the Oklahoma Joe, it's wide open, all the dampeners are wide open on it, so we'll definitely be keeping an eye on it because this thing, once it really gets rolling, we only got one more spot right there. Once it really gets rolling, it's going to be. Here's something for you guys to throw me and tell me in the comments. Skin down or skin up? Let me know. Let me know what your guys' opinion is on. All right, so now the salsa is getting transferred over to the stack. Not quite as hot over here, but just as smoky. I can smell that cedar. I know you guys can't smell it through that camera, but I am telling you, it's amazing actually. Oh, you hear that sizzle? They're hiding back there in the smoke. You hear that sizzle? That heat shield, you remember that video? And we fixed this Oklahoma Joe up, we got that heat shield right there. I think we are gonna have just enough room for everything. Nice thing about this thing, if I really wanna do a big cook, it has another firebox on the other end. So I could light up that other firebox and really get it rolling. All right, get them a close up of that because once again, that's just a beautiful sight. All right, guys, you know what this means? Now we wait. Skin down for the win. That's a sampler. So obviously we're learning something on the Oklahoma Joe. You guys remember the heat shield? Well, that's where it ends. So that heat is extra hot rolling right off the end of that. Because you can see even closer to the firebox, nice. But right there, it's even got more. So we're learning. That chicken's gonna be nice. Of course, that salmon. Whew, look at that, nice. It's just taking its time over here. Woo-wee. That's getting close for the blender. Do a quick little swapperoo here on the sides. Everything is even. All right, so you guys seen this glaze? This is amber agave, lemon juice, brown sugar, real honey, a little bit of coconut amino. It's not sticking quite as good as I was wanting. It's kind of running off, but it's still getting on there. It's hitting that fat from the salmon. Look at that chicken goodness. I don't know about you guys, but I love to cook, and I love to cook good. You guys see that? We're going for 140, not quite there. Oh, look at that. We're there. We are absolutely there. Give that salmon a couple more minutes just to let that glaze kind of lock in on it. And then that is gonna get pulled and allowed to rest. Chicken. So technically that chicken's done. It's at 165. But I don't know about you guys, but these big old leg quarters are amazing, but I like them to render down. I like that. I want to see that meat pulling off that bone. So we're gonna let that chicken do its thing for a while longer. Pull that salmon in here in just a moment. Cedar plank salmon. Oh. You know you're good when you go to move it and something like that happens. Nice thing that heat shield's really working good. Tell me that's not just stunning. All right, guys. Look at this salmon. Me and little Mrs. Pace, not little Miss Pace Acre. All right, so you guys remember the salmon. Smoked, glazed, cedar plank, split right here. Oh my goodness. Look at this flakiness. Wow. All right. Time for the sample, you ready? We probably should have saved that for last, because now we have leg quarter. Look at that, this thing's splitting apart. It is hot. There we go, better blow on it. Better blow on it a little bit. All right, here we go. Another absolutely successful cook. Stunning. That salmon, chicken, so good. Had my little girl help me. Just remember, guys, there are tons of good cooking videos up on the channel, along with a lot of other great content. But for now, remember,
feed your critters,
love your neighbor, and follow Jesus. Have a great night, everybody.